Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. We're making another fabulous Christmas card today. My plug-in is pulling tight. Guess I pushed my laptop a little too far forward. But this is the fabulous card that we're going to be making today. This one is a little extra, a little bougie, because not only did I do the Z-fold card with the designer paper on this front tab, it's also on the inside tab. So now you have, like, whenever you kind of open it, you have this fabulous look. And then, of course, you have the coordinating look with the stamp set. So these two panels are the designer paper, and then this is the stamp set that coordinates the Christmas season stamp set. So you have that super cute look, and I'm going to show you how I did that, because it's actually just a traditional Z-fold card. You can see the letter Z, little long tail with the letter Z there, but good morning, Denise. How are you? I hope you're all ready for Thanksgiving. And it is Tuesday. Good morning, Karen. Fancy with a fabulous look. Of course. You guys know how I love the word fabulous. So, yeah. I am feeling a little rough this morning. My hair's kind of crazy, and that's kind of how I feel. Alex is going through leap number 6 as well as the 8-month sleep regression. And let's just say it's fun. Oh, yes. He's a much better sleeper than Claire ever was. But yeah, he's still battling through the sleep regression. Like last night, he was just awake and did not want to be, but like could not settle. I gave up and Brad took over. So, and then like I passed out and crashed. Like I don't even remember Brad coming back to bed. And then Brad said that he woke up an hour and a half later at 6 o'clock, and Brad got up with him then, and I don't even remember that. Brad came in and woke me up and was like, "Do you want to feed him and start the day?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess. What time is it? Where am I? And what day is it?" Okay, so yeah, that's kind of how my day started. And off we went. So caffeine and some music. I was playing some music before I jumped on, and after he went down for a nap. Normally I have him up on like my phone or something so that I can watch him, and I'm just like, you know what, dude, you need to sleep, and if you're not, mama needs to work. So have fun playing in the crib. So here I started with an early espresso card base, and you don't really need to know specific measurements with this because it's just a regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and you fold in half like you normally would for a regular card base. So fold in half, which is technically 4.25. And then you fold this front panel back to make that Z. So again, you don't need to know the dimension necessarily because you're just folding it in half. It is 2 1/8 though, because half of 4.25 is 2 1/8. Yeah. I had to double check, sorry. In my head, I'm like, I don't know, is that right? So I'm really hoping that all of these Christmas cards that I'm making are going to start to finish me. The last I counted is I needed like 60 more-ish. And I've made some. I just don't know how many. I really need to like go and like start actually like packaging them up and get like another number so that I know where I'm at with my Christmas cards. But I also kind of feel like this week it's like, no, this week is Thanksgiving and we don't care about Christmas. But I'm still prepping for Christmas because, I don't know, it's just a bigger holiday. You're off this week? Well, that's fabulous. Yeah, this week is just kind of like an off week. Today Claire has school, but it's her last day, and like I was packaging up her stuff, and like she normally does a show and tell item for the letter of the week, and this week they said there wasn't a letter of the week. They were just going to do a review week because there's only one day of school for both classes, the Monday, Wednesday class and the Tuesday, Thursday class. So you could bring anything with that letter. And like I was literally just like staring at our house like, I don't know what to send. I'm like, I need some more. Like, I'm like, do we send, there's a screwdriver. I'm like, no, we don't send a screwdriver. And then I'm like, do we send, like, Brad goes, how about boogie wipes? Which if you're a parent and you have little kids, I know they sound so dumb to buy special Kleenexes for a child, but I'm telling you, boogie wipes are amazing. We don't use them as much for Claire anymore. We used to, but like there's something about the fabric that they are made out of that just grab on and hold tight. Like it doesn't smear across their face or anything. And yeah, they're amazing. But anyway, Brad's like, B for boogie wipes? I'm like, I don't think we can send boogie wipes as our show and tell item. Like, I'm like, oh, it's the week of Thanksgiving. I'm so ready for break. And I'm sure that's how the teachers feel too. So if you're a teacher and you're on break, I'm happy for you. If you're ready for break, I totally feel your pain. Although I'm not so sure I'm ready for Claire to be on a break, because it feels like a mama break whenever she goes to school. And I need those. Okay, so this inside piece, I'm just like working right along and chit-chatting about other stuff. So this inside piece is soft succulent. I've been using so much of that lately. It's insane. I bought a pack when it was on sale last week with the seasonal sale, and I don't know why I didn't buy two because I'm like already halfway through it. Especially for the Eden's Garden stamp class, which is soft succulent and evening evergreen. And so I've been using a lot for that. I do have card packets are going in the mail today. So if you have requested a packet and paid, then your packet is going in the mail today. And if you still want one, well, there's still time to get it in the mail today. Otherwise, it'll go in the mail very soon. So I'm so excited to have those be sent off and on their way to all of you guys. So there's a link in the description box about the Eden's Garden online class and everything with that. Thanksgiving meal at your house tonight is tonight the loaded baked potato. Because I'll be honest, that sounds heavenly, and maybe I'll just come over. Actually, we grilled chicken last night and made enough to eat it last night and then have leftovers for today. And we're having chicken pasta. So less cooking today because we did the extra cooking yesterday. Okay, my piece of scrap paper is really getting rough. So now I have a piece of Whisper White. This measures 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm just going to stamp this greenery image, like the evergreen. There's like the evergreen sprig, which is a double, and then there's the single. I'm doing just the single, and I'm stamping soft succulent, and we're just going to stamp, it's upside down. Glad I caught that because that's what it looks like when your stamp is upside down. So we used to always get loaded baked potatoes from Fire and Smoke, which is a local smokehouse. And we haven't had them in forever. And now thinking about your Thanksgiving tonight, Karen, has got me craving a loaded baked potato. Ah, that sounds heavenly. I've never had it with pulled chicken. I've just had it with pulled pork or brisket. So yeah, that sounds amazing. And then I'm going to do another one down here. And I'm stamping twice just to get that variegated look. So there's like that light, dark, little bit of here, a little bit of there sort of look. I actually don't think I'm going to use the double sprig one. And then I have my early espresso to create my pine cone. And I will show you, I'm actually using the small pine cone, which is a 2-step stamp. I'm actually going to stamp the smaller one first in full strength. So we're going to do the small one, early espresso, and stamp it down. And then I'm going to take the bigger one and ink it up in early espresso, stamp off once, and then stamp it down. And I went that route because you can see through a stamped off image a lot better than you can see through a full strength image. Like, you can't see through to that clear block, to that image on the other side as well as if you did it this way. Like, you can see through the block a lot better once it's already stamped off once, which it all just looks brown to you now that I'm like looking at it. But it's much easier to be able to do it like that. So here is our inside panel. And now we just need to repeat. If only I had the magic of television, and boom, they were all done. Let's see, that one is the bigger one. I feel like I need to have like more ready for this week, and I don't have it ready, and then I'm just like almost panicky of like, shouldn't I be doing something more? But I don't know. I'm in charge of cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. Kind of a random thing. I've never made it before. My mom always makes it. But the thing is she always makes it. She makes fresh cranberry sauce. More like a cranberry relish, I would say. It's not really my thing. And Brad always does it because we grind up the cranberries and the fruit and everything. And he always does it whenever we go up for the day. And so when she asked us to make it, I was like, well, it's tradition that Brad always grinds it. I don't know that he really enjoys it, but it's tradition. Don't mess with tradition, right? So I asked her for her recipe, and then she said, I usually use my grinder. If you want, you can use it. And I said, yeah, it's tradition. We will be bringing it. So I'm pretty much just taking the cranberries, which Claire has been carrying around for a week now, calling them mini apples in a bag, in a net, actually, because they're in like, like a netted bag. And we're taking them that morning, as well as the other ingredients, which is just apple, orange, and sugar. And we're going to do it Thanksgiving morning. So I don't really have anything there to do. And packing up for the day with the kids doesn't happen until the night before, because I'm packing up everything that we use all the time. So yeah, I kind of just, like, it's like a hurry up and wait thing. I'm so like military, like I'm ready to go, but it's not time yet. What is the food that you are most looking forward to? Well, we're having fried chicken, and I am looking forward to that. And, the dessert. That is what I am most looking forward to, is the dessert. And just time with family. I don't know why I'm not doing the stamped off one. But yeah, I did, okay, here is I don't know. You guys are probably all like, yeah, Laura, of course. But I think I have set a new November tradition. And that tradition is to bake all month long. Whoa, forgot to stamp off. And I don't know why I stamped that one first. I think it was just because it was in my hands still. So I just wung that one. I love pumpkin stuff. I love pumpkin pie. I actually make pumpkin whoopie pies, and they are amazing. They are kind of a lot of work. Just because, like, you're piping all of these, like, little pies, and you need 2 for every single one. So, like, you're piping 2, the top and the bottom, and you're piping the cream in between. So, like, it is a lot of piping. But I do love them, and everybody loves them. So, I make them because you know how much I love to bake. Okay, so I think that's all of those. So now we're going to put those on the inside. And moving right along. So I love pumpkin whoopie pies. I love pumpkin roll. I love pumpkin pie. But I always feel like you are so stuffed on Thanksgiving that, like, you almost don't want the dessert. I mean, almost. I said almost. But, like, I feel like you don't enjoy it as much because you are so stuffed. And you either only take a little piece or you're just, like, stuffing yourself even more. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. So I decided, rather than making it all the week of Thanksgiving and stuffing my face and not enjoying it, I am just going to make a different thing each week and enjoy it. And let me tell you, I have never enjoyed pumpkin pie as much as I did 2 weeks ago. When Claire and I made a pumpkin pie, and it was amazing. And like I said, I enjoyed pumpkin pie like every evening for like 2-3 days or whatever it was. And it was yummy. And then I made pumpkin roll over the weekend. And then tomorrow I'm making pumpkin whoopie pies, which I'll probably end up taking some. And then I actually have a really good pumpkin muffin recipe that is amazing that I might make next week. I don't know. Either that or we'll just move on to Christmas and miss out on that. But I think Brad bought a whole bunch of pumpkin yesterday at the store. So, gotta use it up. So yeah, are you a big pumpkin fan or not so much? Okay, so now our inside is done. So now it's time for that front panel and that inside panel, because I went all out. And again, I just used soft succulent and some of that amazing Coordinating Designer Series paper. The back side has like a beautiful ivy, or evergreen, I meant, not ivy. 3 different dinners. Well, you better get started, Karen. Because you're going to be in the kitchen all day. And yes, I need to trim these. I don't know what I was thinking, but I totally cut them 1/4 inch too much. Whoa, I don't think that's right. What are they supposed to be? They're supposed to be 2. Okay, I think that's right. And I did them at 2 1/4. Also, how many of you guys are cranberry fans? Is that your thing? Do you like the jelly canned kind? The pine cone print? I know. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just so, I don't know, rustic and pretty. Elegant almost. Even though I would normally think like, oh, that looks so masculine. I love it. My mom loves it. Her style of Christmas card is always like pine cones, evergreens, like more like that rusticy look rather than like an elegant, like glittery, shiny one. She does like bling. But like she would pick something like this and like add a little bling to it or something rather than pick something that was like the whimsical winter. Like that would not be her style. And it's usually more nature-y than like snowflakes or snowman or something like that. Okay, so I feel like as a parent, you hear things. And I feel like I hear Alex. And he's probably like passed out and I'm just crazy. And he is. Sleeping like a baby, which is what we want. We want that at night too, but the little guy is developing. Yesterday, it's so funny. After lunch yesterday, we were dancing and singing to the chapel songs that Claire does at school, and like doing the moves and everything. And that's what we did before nap time. And he was in the jumperoo, like jumping like crazy. I think that was his form of dancing around. And then took a nap, got up, played, ate. We sat down for supper, and he was dancing in his high chair. It was the cutest thing. We were like, literally, you know, how many hours ago he didn't know how to dance, and now he's dancing. So add that to his repertoire of things that he's learning. But it was so cute. Like, music was playing and he was going like this. And it was the cutest thing ever. And it almost looked like he didn't know what was happening. Like, my body is moving and I don't know why. And we were like, you're dancing. And he's like, oh, really? Am I? Okay, so for this, it's a little tricky on what I did here. I'm going to like leave this one right here. And I'm going to do the next one and show you exactly what I did. So the two panels are the same size, but I did this first panel, the one that shows in the very front, and I did it lined up against the fold. So it's not like normally, you know, I put like a nice border all the way around. That is not what I did. I did it with just a three-way border, and I did it flush with the fold. Okay? And then the next one, I did flush with the fold of the inside, like that center crack of the card. So, like, you can almost, like, place it up and down, all the way down, and then press. This is then going to give you, like, there's this center piece because this piece is centered all the way around. So there's some early espresso there. And then the crack here, like, so then it's three-way. So then there's some early espresso there. And then there's three-way, so there's early espresso there. If you were to do each of them, you would end up with a wide gap here and a wide gap there. And instead you have that equal gap all the way around. So there's a little gap here, a little gap here, and a little gap here. And all of it is because this one is only three-way and flush to the edge of the crack. And this one is also flush to the edge of the crack with three-way early espresso. I feel like I don't have enough panels because each card takes 2 panels, and I have quite a few cards, and I don't feel like I've done a lot of panels. And yeah, I have extras here. This looks like 2 more panels. I just have like random bits and pieces all over my desk. I need to do like a full cleanup of my crazy room, but I feel like I don't want to do that just yet. I still have projects. So I'm like, we'll finish the project and then clean it up. But there's not enough time to finish the project and clean up and get all the projects done. Because I kind of made a bigger mess working on packaging up the kits to be sent out. I am so pumped about that class. I'm actually doing it in person, so if you're local, I'm doing the Eden's Garden class in person on Thursday, and then doing it online on Friday. And I think these cards are just stunning. So if anything, I just can't wait to share them with all of you guys because they're stunning. They just are. Beautiful shades of green. And I think I'm kind of like done with Christmas, and so I'm just like excited to do something not Christmas. Okay, and in the coordinating dies set with the Christmas season is this fabulous layered label. I have cardstock stuck to my finger. Well, it's going to stay there, but this layering label. So I did Early Espresso and Whisper White, and I'm using the greeting, Wishing You a Merry Christmas. This one is actually from the peppermint, gingerbread and peppermint stamp set. And I just love the greeting. I feel like it's really cute. A cherry bundt cake. Yum. I also love cream cheese frosting. You could go without it these days. Brad actually likes the canned cranberry stuff. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'm good, I think. But I guess we never really had cranberry sauce, I don't feel like, growing up. Like, we kind of just had, like, the traditional Thanksgiving of, like, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing at my grandma's, and it was like a giant potluck sort of thing. And I think I probably just skipped over the cranberry sauce. And then now as an adult, I'm just like, I'm good. Okay. So now we're going to add this to that front Z, making sure that we only add adhesive to one side. Whenever I do this, I'll be honest, I like to use tear and tape, which is all over at that table. And I think I'm actually going to go get it because I really like using it. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit in the middle. So I just added like a little bit in the middle, and that's going to be my halfway point. And then I'll peel off each of these. and press it down, making sure, yes, my adhesive, I mean, it's already too late, so I totally looked at the wrong time. But making sure that I was over far enough. I'm just winging it. I don't know why I'm not like looking and like placing it, because like I could set it here and then place it and make sure I see, but I'm just going bold, I guess. So there's 2 of our cards. I still need to die cut more of the labels and or find them. They're out there somewhere, I think, or maybe I just didn't die cut enough. But yeah, here's 2 of those cards, actually 3 of those cards. That I've created, and I just need to cut some more of the cardstock and everything to make more of them, because after all, I still need quite a few more. But yeah, I'm going to be working on that, working on card class for next week. I still have another sample to be able to work on that. A little sneak peek, maybe. We're using... Sorry, I know my microphone is right there as I leaned. But we're using iridescent snowflakes, some gray ribbon, blending brushes, lots of fabulousness with silver. So yeah, stamp class on the 30th for my locals. And then don't forget, I have the online class and the local class on December 9th and 10th. And if you would like to purchase one of the kits for the online class, you can do so. There's a link in the description with all the details on everything that you can get with that online class. The video of the online class will be free for everyone, but then you can always stamp along with the pre-cut cardstock and everything with that. And like I said, there's a link in the description for that Eden's Garden online class. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Kind of depends on how chaotic it will be. So a Merry Thanksgiving. A big happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. You guys mean so much to me. I was writing a blog post before I got on here, and I don't know. I always get choked up thinking about Thanksgiving and everything that I'm thankful for and all the blessings we have. And yeah, it's just, it's a lot. And I appreciate you guys so much. You mean the world to me. I love getting on here and stamping with you guys near and far. I've met so many of you guys. We're all friends, and I love it. And I wouldn't have gotten to know you if it wasn't for Stampin' Up! And our love for paper crafting. And I just love that. So love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful day today. Don't stress about everything that you have to do. It'll all get done. Enjoy it, relax, count your blessings, and have a great day. Bye.